Okay. Well, we came back in. Thankfully, they did not cut down the rope swing, foot swing. So I was able to come back in. I did meet a couple, but they're off camera. So we've been hanging together. A little safer in numbers when it comes to wild pigs. But here's the swing. As you can see, it goes up. And you can tell it's been hanging here for a while. Nothing, you know, I wouldn't say 20 years, but at least probably 5 years. And then as it comes down, you can see. And at the bottom here is roughly at least 2 feet, probably 2 feet to 2.5 feet. And the knot part's chest high. So there. So that gives you a little bit of a reference to the rope. We did find some articles of material, which we thought was a terry cloth wash rag towel type thing, right in here. And there were some other items in the area. I'll do a scan of the area here then in a moment. But we did find some articles of material and stuff in this general area, and we just disregarded it because, of course, we thought, you know, that surely the authorities, if it pertained to anything, they would have collected it, you know. So maybe, but I'm now starting to think that they were unaware of this area. But I'm going to quick do a scan of the general area, and you can see now what this location is referred to is an oak hammock, and that's where you get the oak trees that have the moss and everything's hanging down, and it's just a very surreal area. And you can see how picturesque these trees are. They're very, you know, very artsy. So if you're really into arts and drawing and stuff like that, this would be right down your alley. This is a very tranquil location, probably the area that he was hanging out in. And like I said, the area where the remains and like where the crime scene and the tent and all that, that's just right that kind of, I'm going to look through the opening right here. That's out into that field where the blue tent was. So you can see this is definitely within the general specific area that was marked off and where they found things. Yes, it's a couple, you know, 150 to 200 feet from the circles, and that's what I meant. Now, nobody knows what these circles represent, you know. Until they give us a detailed map and a drawing, you know, the authorities do, we'll just never really know what the items were. But if you look right across in there, I would say there's some circles. Me and the people that are with me, we just found 2 or 3 of them again. They're roughly 75 yards, which I'll say 150 feet away. So where we're in here where this tree swing is. So you can definitely tell this is definitely in the immediate area. A person could climb up in any of these trees. You know, if the water's a little deep in here, you could sit. But it looks to me like nobody's been in these trees. But you can see that, you can definitely see that these trees are, here's another beautiful tree. I think this is the tree that I caught in one of my photos last week. I'm not sure. But you can just definitely see. Now there's a little clearing. I found this interesting. Right behind this tree swing area, there's a really nice open little area that this would have been a perfect spot had he decided to hang out up here for a day or two, you know, before whatever took place. You know, he could charge his solar panel. I guess there's some theory he had a solar charger. Right here, look at this. This is probably about 1 to 2 in the afternoon. You can see plenty of sunshine. A person would be able to sit here. And area that to me is just very interesting. And then there's this nice little field. Look at right out behind the tree swing, the foot swing. So we'll walk back into the area with the foot swing. So I'm kind of sticking with my theory on this until it's disproven that this is probably the area where he was, you know, nobody knows how long he was up here. But this is the area that he would have come to. And once again, you can see a lot of hog activity back in here. Looks old, you know, nothing current. So they probably rooted the area up. But you can see there's a lot of activity all through here from the hogs. Surprisingly, I'm getting cell service in this exact spot. So let's take note of that. The tree swing, my phone is going nuts right now, so it must be a bunch of people messaging me. As you walk around the park, you can't get cell service. But standing here at this tree, that's an interesting thing to keep in mind. If there was phones involved, you do have service at this foot swing tree. Once again, there's the rope, the tree. There's the tree that the rope's attached to. Beautiful tree. Back down. So you can get internet service. My phone, like I said, my phone is piling in right now. So I totally feel that this would be a place where you could stay in contact. But this is pretty much it. But I'm glad they did not take that rope swing down, because that would have been disappointing, you know, if it doesn't pertain to the case. You know, this is obviously people's spot, you know, for people to come and hang out and swing and just whatever. Plus, it made it easy for me to find it and prove that, yes, there is a foot swing. Now, I'm going to walk over here to the edge, and I'm going to point up in the direction where the blue tent that was out in the field, just to give you a reference. Now, this is peeking through the woods. We're just going to kind of walk towards this field. Maybe we'll find a tent or some camping items in this general area. So that's kind of my thinking. Okay, right out there is the field. Out in there, and then right here, as we look through, that's the long-lived trail. See them right there. If I'd walk another 50 feet, we'd be standing on the trail. And then 50 feet on the other side of that trail is where there's orange markers. So look how close we are to the tree swing. We're walking. You can look at the timestamp and see how much time I'm spending to walk over here. Here's another little just area. And boom, we have the rope. And we have the tree that the swing is in. So, once again, I'm going to wrap this up on this part. And how you would just hang out here. So that's it. We're going to go look for some more stuff.